Well, if you think of what we call the chakras, there are no lower chakras. They are all the gift of God. I mean, the very base chakra is security, our foundation. Our foundation is God. You can't think of that as a base chakra. And the next one up is creativity. Without God's creativity, there is no us, no universe, nothing, no thought, no possibility of anything. Life eternal, is all creativity, the fantastic gift of God. And we come up to the next one, the stomach one. Oh, you're thinking of Shalom's satiation, but Shalom is far more than that. It's the utter contentment of being. I am established, fantastically provided for by God alone, our heavenly Dad. And then we come up to the heart. Well, the heart everyone recognizes as a good chakra. I mean, it's love. Well, of course, there's nothing inferior there. We can see that. Love is a wonderful transcendence in itself. This not selflessness at all. It embraces others into self. It's an embrace. It's a loving, beautiful loving state, response, oneness with love. Well, then we get to the obvious one, the throat chakra, which is voice, sound, speech, worship, song, praise, spoken out gratitude to God. Obvious blessing, but couldn't exist without the previous chakras. Obviously. And we come up to, if you like, the forehead. Our will, our focus, our reception of God's communication in thought to guide and lead us. Nothing can be experienced without thought. And the thoughts flow in, flood in. Here. We think of it as hearing and seeing and thinking. But even taste and smell is, between the throat and the forehead. And then beyond that, of course, is the transcendence. Which is the communion with God and all the saints, all the family, all his family, our family in heaven. And it's in the oneness of all throughout the universe and far, far, far more. 'Tis life eternal. So, there's no such thing as an inferior chakra, a low chakra, and certainly not a base chakra, except to say base as foundation of all. Our Heavenly Dad. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. I might say that the forehead is the identity. You know, you can put your name here. This is where I see exactly who you are. Your values reflected, your name, yourself. Gita has talked about the sinner self. That's for nonsense. It's your contribution to God's family, his reason for living. He loves your individuality, and so does the entire host, the family of heaven. We adore your uniqueness. There is no way heaven would be heaven without you, your individual, separate being and contribution. Yes, it's in one with us all, one in appreciation and love. That's the communion, the fellowship of family. Beautiful. It's the I am. Your being. It's our communication, our center of relating and will, purpose, volition. It's here that we reflect God, hear God, see God. Speak, thy servant heareth. It's here that we see the light. But it's all because of the earlier chakras, so to speak. Do you see? You are not loved as a clone of God. You are not loved as an obedient servant. You are loved for being a child. We're children of our Heavenly Dad. By his grace and his goodness, His kind words, His loving thoughts, His being is experienced here, and the result is a transcendence. We have no need to remain in the body, to remain here in this universe of uncertainty, of good and bad, time and space and matter. We have the freedom into transcendence, which is the seventh chakra, and that is unspeakable, life eternal. The communion of being part of our Heavenly Dad's heavenly host, His family, His and our reason for living, our eternal grace and being. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.